I was in the kitchen, barefoot on the floor, sorting dishes when like a vision you spoke to my heart. A daily visit like a light in the dark. Your spark is always life to me to listen, so I listened to you. Not because I had to, but because yours is the kind of love which I aspire to. The kind that moves mountains and pumps fountains of life and hope through passions of unending beauty. A love that goes beyond duties. Of war, work, sin, trends, and history. And there in the kitchen, you asked what has always thrown me. A question I can't stand because it's been used to stone me. The God of all things cares to talk to me daily, but I must say I wasn't expecting this. And I could get pissed, and I did a little bit, as I tried to dismiss the risk of offense because you already knew the answer, yet still you asked it. What do you think of marriage? You said. Had anyone else asked, I would have severed the whole conversation and embarrassed whoever dared to daunt me with such an inquiry, but it was you, God. So I answered honestly. I said, you know, it works for some people, but I hate it when they push it on me. And I'm glad it's what makes them happy, but it's not for everybody. And weddings are so boring and full of lies that make content singles think that there's something missing in their lives. And besides, my life is awesome. Even without a man. I do what I want, I go where I please, it's like a dream. I got my own place in my own car, and I'm doing good for the world. I'm making a few less scars. I mean, what's wrong with that? Why do you always have to ask? I'm doing just fine. I'm not giving you sass, you're all I've ever wanted. All I desire to be, a love that can create galaxies and write stories in the stars. God, I just want to be where you are. So let's stop talking about this and get those married people off my back. They keep asking when I'm going to be next, and I'm tired of them being vexed when I say I don't believe in marriage. But I'm glad it works for them. I sat content in my kitchen, happy to get it off my chest like I had just caught a touchdown pass or hit a ball over the fence, and I waited for the fans to cheer. But you answered instead. And your words cut through me like a sword cuts bone from marrow. You said how you feel about marriage is how non-believers feel about me. And I couldn't breathe. As my own words rattled back in my mind, Jesus works for some people, but I hate it when they push him on me. And I'm glad he's what makes them happy, but he's not for everybody. And church is so boring and full of lies that make content people think that there's something missing in their lives. And besides, my life is awesome. Even without Christ, I do what I want, I go where I please, it's like a dream. I got my own place in my own car, I'm doing good for the world, I'm making a few less scars. I mean, what's wrong with that? Why do you always have to ask? I'm doing just fine, I'm doing just fine. I sat on the floor, tears dripped to my hands. I said, no, God, wait. They don't understand. If they knew what life was like with you, they would abandon everything else like I did when I found you. Or should I say when you found me, because I mean, wow, what a love story. And you gave everything to have this relationship. Even though I was born in sin and condemned to die in it, you saved me. And you took me as your bride. And I'd die 1,000 times than to live one day without you. Because you're the seed that sprouted in this hard soil. You're the life of me, the lamp of my oil, the love that boils in these veins. I didn't just take your name, I gave you all of me. And the words out loud sounded a lot like vows in matrimony. But it made me sick. Like there was a block in my chest, keeping me from accepting it, like a survival mechanism saying, don't touch me. I just want to be free. And if I'm no longer a slave, why would I go back to slavery? I said, God, please. I fell in love once. And it was awful. He didn't keep his promises. His love was harmful. God said he was religion, a false God. But I'm the real thing, the prince that rescued you spiritually, and I made marriage as a picture of what I did for my church, and I know you've been hurt. But it's so you would know when the real thing came along, and my son said I do to you on the cross. And y'all, that's when it all made sense. I then could understand how non-believers viewed him. Because of my past abuse, I did away with the truth that love existed. Like all those who reject what Christ has done for them. I said, God, what do you want me to do? He said, tell them that I love them. Tell them that my son took them out of them to fashion them and bring them back to him because you and them are his bride and it is finished. and my whole perception shifted. Barefoot on the kitchen floor, sorting dishes. Hi everyone, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See you soon.